Well, I thought, coming to school today, I thought, what can I do? And I've come up with an idea, but I'm not sure if the idea is a good one. So what I need to do is to just check out with you, first of all, to find out what I thought about is a good idea. So I think it's right, but I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, first of all. So if you enjoy drawing or colouring or painting, would you put your hand in the air if you enjoy that? Fantastic. Put your hands down. I'm sure I'm going to be right for the next one. Next question is, if I said to you, I'm going to do a magic trick and I need someone to help me, and you'd like to help, put your hand in the air. Fantastic. Put your hands down. Right. So this is the idea I thought, wouldn't it be really good if I was able to do some colouring and painting and stuff like that there, along with some magic, but get everybody to help me. Now, somebody said to me the other day, they said, Mr. Hodge, I said, yeah. They said, where do you get, because they know that I love telling stories and everything else, where do you get your favourite stories from? Well, I got to say, boys and girls, the place that I get my favourite stories from, in actual fact, is from the Holy Bible, from the Bible, because the Bible is filled with all sorts of true stories. Every story in the Bible, they're all true, amazing book. In fact, it's the best book in the whole world. Now, this isn't an actual Holy Bible. This is to remind us of that. So I thought to myself, what we could do, right, so this is how we're going to do it. You've got to put your hands onto your laps like that. And in a minute, I'm going to say to you, pick up your magic pencils. Now, I know you don't have a magic pencil, but it's going to be quite easy because it's going to be your finger. So all you have to do is when you go like that, like your finger comes up with it. It's quite cool. But if it doesn't, and his finger stays back in your lap, tell his teacher later on and they'll sellotape it back on for you. Okay. Okay then, boys and girls, let's all pick up our magic pencils. My magic pencil's a little bit blunt. Maybe yours is. Don't worry. Pop it into your pencil sharpener. Give it a bit of a twist. Look, there we go. And take it out and, oh, look, mine's all got orange on the end. No, it hadn't at all. I'm only joking. Right, so we're going to do some drawing now. We could do a hill. They're quite easy. Look, do uphill and downhill. Let's do another one. Look, up and down. You can do clouds are quite easy. They're little curly bits. Look. Hey, I've got a good idea. Listen, why don't we try to remember a story from the Bible and perhaps we could draw that? Wait, here we go. Let's go. Right. I'm going to draw a hill again. I'm going to draw another hill, some clouds. I'm going to draw a lake. Yeah, that'll be good. I'm going to draw a boat. Yeah. I'm going to put a cross on the hill. Yeah, good. And I'm going to draw some people. Some good drawings going on there. Very good. Right, when we finish, put your pencils back in your laps, grab your pictures. Now, you can't see them because they're invisible, but as if by magic, they'll go between your finger and your thumb. So just grab them all like that. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to throw them to me. No, not at me, because that would be rather rude. But throw them to me, and I'm going to catch them in the book. But I have a problem. Problem is, there's more of you than there are pages in the book. Because this book, in actual fact, it's a really, really good book, boys and girls. Just pop your pencils back in your things back in the lap. Let me tell you something else. This book, because my grandchildren, they come up to me, they say, well, Granddad, and I go, yeah. And they go, do you have any clean paper? So I said, why do you want some clean paper? They said, because we want to do some drawing. So I know, boys and girls, to start off with, we need a book with lots and lots of nice, clean pages. Now, we have got lots and lots of nice, clean pages, but there are more of you than there are pages. So what happens when you throw your pictures to me, they'll all mix together. Bits of yours will go with other ones, and they should arrive in the book. Now then, let's grab our pictures then. Let's see if it works. After 3, 1, 2, 3, throw. Fantastic. On the front as well. Yep, got it. Okay. I'm going to check it out. I'm not sure if it's worked, but I'm going to have a little look. Awesome. Boys and girls, look. Look. Some children. Hey, look, a star and a shepherd. I bet you that's Bethlehem in the distance, because that reminds us of where Jesus was born in Bethlehem all those years ago. And we're coming to that time of the year at Christmas when we think about it. Yeah. I saw who drew some of them. Yep. Oh, that's good. I thought I saw a few of you drawing this. Boys and girls, this is 2 pictures, look, of the same story. But it was a really, really amazing. In fact, it's one of those stories, if you read it, you go, no, that couldn't have happened, but it's in the Bible, so therefore it's true. Tell you what happened. One night, followers of Jesus, his special followers, right, they were out in the middle of a lake, miles from the shore, and they were fishing. Pitch black, the waves were quite rough and everything else. Very, very dark. And as they looked through the dark, they could hardly believe their eyes, because walking towards them on top of the water, not on stepping stones, so we're in the middle of a lake, no, walking towards them on top of the water was none other than Jesus himself. They went, it's a ghost. And then they realized, of course, there's no such thing as ghosts. It really was Jesus. Now, he created the whole world because he's God. So if he wanted to walk on water, he could do that. So as he got towards the boat, one of Jesus' special followers, a guy called Peter, he said to Jesus, Can I have a go at that, please? Or words something like that anyway. And Jesus said, yeah, come then. Boys and girls, Peter got his foot, put it on top of the water, and the other one, and he begins to walk towards Jesus on top of the water. Boys and girls, don't try this when you go to the seaside. It's only happened once in the history of the whole world. But it really did happen. And as Peter got closer to Jesus, he looked at the waves and he got afraid. And Peter began to sink down in the water. And he called out 1, 2, 3 very, very important words. He called out, Lord, save or help me. And Jesus wants to do that. If we call out to ask him to help us, he'll do that as well, or to save us. And Jesus reached across to Peter, grabbed him over the hand, lifted him up, and popped him back into the boat. And that day, boys and girls, Peter became one of Jesus' special followers because he realized that Jesus wasn't just any old person, but he really was in his God. Fantastic drawings going on there. But I did see some people drawing crosses, actually, but we haven't got a cross yet. Oh, we have. There we are. Of course, Jesus died on the cross and he was punished for wrong things. None of the wrong things that he'd done, because he hadn't done anything wrong. No, Jesus was punished for the bad thoughts, the bad words, the bad deeds, and the wrong that's in us, so that we could be forgiven if we put our trust in him. He took the punishment in our place so that we could be forgiven if we put our trust in him. Any more? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, look. 2 more crosses. 3 crosses. One of them, these 2 people were really, really naughty, and they were punished for the things that they'd done. One of them said he was sorry to Jesus and he was forgiven. The other one didn't say he was sorry and he wasn't forgiven. Boys and girls, always remember, if you do things wrong, to own up and say sorry. Little word, very, very important. And if we say sorry to Jesus, he'll forgive us. Of course, if we say sorry to people, they should forgive us as well. And over here, we got the empty crosses, an empty grave, because Jesus didn't stay dead. He came back to life on the 3rd day to become involved in our lives if we put our trust in him. Wow, yes, first bit. Next bit, the painting bit. This is great. Hands back on laps again. This time we're going to use our other hand for our paintbrush, okay? I don't think you know why in a minute. So when I say to you, pick out your magic paintbrushes, ding, any picture, even if it's not yours, you can start to paint it in the sky. So here we go. Let's have a look. But we need to get some paint before we do any painting, because our paintbrushes are rather dry. Pop them into your paint pots, mix your paint. And there we go. Very, very good, right? Yeah, a bit of painting. Another color, dim problem, and we go. Okay, some good painting going on there. See that? Really, really good. Last one then. Here we go. You sound like a bunch of cowboys and Indians. Okay, boys and girls, wipe your paintbrushes off on your friend's sleeve next to you. Grab your picture. You've got it. Throw them to me, not at me. After 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Right. Now, if I can remember rightly, just a second. Oh, yes, I remember, yeah. On this picture, the first picture over there, there were 3 children, I think there were. But this one, this side, there was a picture of a star and a shepherd, and I thought it was Bethlehem. I did see some of you painting that one in. Let's have a look. Awesome. Amazing. Do you know what? I'm right up close, and none of you have even gone over the lines. They're brilliant painting. Oh, yeah, what were those 3 words that Peter called out again? Lord, save me. And if we call out and ask Jesus to save us, he'll do that. Yep. The reason being is because he died on the cross so that we could be forgiven if we put our trust in him. Remember, one said he was sorry and was forgiven. The other one didn't say he was sorry and wasn't forgiven. Always remember to say sorry if you do things wrong. And of course, if we say sorry to Jesus and ask him to forgive us, he'll do that because he wants to become our best friend. Empty crosses, empty grave. Jesus didn't stay dead, but he came back to life on the 3rd day so that if we put our trust in him, he can be involved in our lives. Oh my goodness. You might say, what? Actually, it's 9:20 on my watch. And at 9:20, something happens in this book. You might say, what? Boys and girls, you were just able to do it in time. Well, what happens to the book then? Well, actually, at 9:20, this book goes back to being a book with lots and lots of nice clean pages, so I can use it again in another school, which is quite handy. But you've been brilliant. Why don't you get your hands like that, look? And this time, bring your hands together very, very slowly. And when they touch, they're not allowed to make a sound. So when you put your fingers together like that and bring them together, and bring your hands down to about there, which is quite a good place to put your hands for when we pray. So let's keep our hands there, close our eyes, and I'm going to finish off this assembly with a prayer. You listen to me as I say the prayer, and then at the end of it, you can say Amen after me. Okay, all nice and quiet. That's great. Dear God, thank you for the tricks we're able to watch this morning. Some of us think we might know how they're done, but thank you for all the true stories in your book called the Bible. Thank you, Lord Jesus, that you came to this earth and you died on the cross so that we could be forgiven if we put our trust in you. Be with us in school today. Help us to choose the right and not the wrong. And thank you that every one of us are very, very special to you. In Jesus' name, amen.